Hi, welcome to the Matrix Fitness live workout. My name's Matt, and today we've got a workout where we're going to be taking you through some body conditioning exercises. We have 3 rounds of exercises. Each round we'll do twice to give you the best form of exercise possible. We'll let you learn the exercises, and then we'll start to challenge you to develop those exercises and develop your strength, fitness, and hopefully get some nice calorie burning. So the first thing we're going to do is get you warmed up. What I'd like to do is just to march on the spot, lifting up your knees nice and high. What we're looking to do here is just create a bit of mobility for your hips, knees and ankles. Lifting your arms up nice and high, working through the shoulders and your elbows as well. Now come up onto the ball of your front foot and just lift yourself off the floor a little bit more. What we're looking to do here is just to try to create a little bit more push off the floor. We do have some options of some jumping exercises that you can start to work on throughout today's workout. So we want to prepare your body for all of those movements as well. What we're going to do is just take a half squat. So just lowering your hips down towards your heels, nothing too deep to begin with. Just start to activate these muscles and get them all ready for the work that we're going to be doing as well. Think about your weight coming back into the heels as well, so it's nice and strong. And making sure that your back stays nice and straight here. Okay, now what we're going to do is take a lunge over to the side. So take a lunge from one side, step together, give me a little bit of a squat here, and we'll take it over to the opposite side. So a nice deep lunge into that position, take yourself into a squat, and then alternate to the opposite side. What we're looking to do here is also develop the depth of your squat, but just get a little stretch through the inside of your thighs as well. So every single time you're moving into this, you're going to feel like a little bit of a stretch in some muscles, and you're going to feel some other muscles starting to work with a little bit of strength work as well. Good. Last one. Bring it back down. Now take an imaginary skipping rope. And what I want you to do is just push yourself, to challenge yourself, getting off the floor a little bit quicker this time. This will start to bring your heart rates up, but it also just helps to get you off the floor, ready for some movements, like some of the jumping lunges and squats that we're going to be working on a little bit later. Good. Can we scissor the feet forwards and backwards? Can we take them wide and narrow? So it's like a little mini jack. Good. Okay, just loosen up the legs there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push from one side to the other. So now that we've done the lunge, what we're going to start to do is to push off the floor. You can see I'm using my arms in the speed skating position, and I'm bringing my foot next to my other ankle. You can touch the floor if you want to, or you can just hold your foot off the floor for a little bit of balance work, or you're trying to challenge the stability a little bit more as well. Good, okay. Let's just warm up the upper body as well. What we're going to do is take a fighting position. We're going to jab, cross, jab, jump 180 degrees, jab, cross, jab, then jump 180 degrees. Now, every single time that you move into these, try and make the punches nice and dynamic, so that way then we can prepare your body for what's going to be coming up as well. So you can transition the weight on the feet as well. So every time you start to throw that punch, you're starting to integrate all of these muscles together. We have got some upper body work being done later on as well, so if we can help prepare your body for what's about to come, this would be great. The next thing we're going to do is just take a little bit of a squat and push off the floor into a little bit of a jump position, just to start to think about pushing your hips forward so you can extend through them as well. And this will help you when we go down into the floor and do some of our glute exercises a little later. Good. Excellent. Now stopping there, we're just going to take a reverse lunge. So take a large step, lower your back knee towards the floor, and then step your feet together. We're going to alternate each side just to help you prepare for what you're going to be working on as well. Lowering your back knee down towards the floor, coming back to the center, and you should start to feel a little bit of a depth change here. So feeling like you can go a little bit lower, and starting just to get a little bit of a stretch just at the front of your hips as well. Okay, shake that there. Now the first exercise we're going to be doing is a jumping jack and squat combination. So what we're going to do is 5 to 6 jumping jacks, and then what we're going to do is take you into 2 deep squats. And we're going to work on that combination for 45 seconds of work. We'll have 15 seconds break before we go into our second exercise as well. The second exercise will be our prisoner jump squats, pushing from one foot to the other, and over 180 degree rotation as well. And the third exercise will be down on the floor, doing a shoulder press up as well. So the first exercise, let's get you ready for this one. Standing with your feet close together, your hands are going to reach out to just over shoulder height as well. Let's go. 45 seconds of work. Trying to increase your heart rate here to make it a nice big dynamic movement so you can push yourself as much as possible. Now once you've done as many as you want to on those, just a couple of nice deep squats, then take it out to the sides again. What we're looking for is anything, maybe 6 or 10 of these, just wanting to get your heart rates up, getting you to push yourself, giving you that 2 extreme movements, so a very wide movement in the start jump, and then into the nice deep squats, getting down as low towards the floor as possible. You can just start to feel the legs starting to begin to burn a little bit as you start to change into those deep squats from those nice wide movements as well. Good. Last one here. Okay, shake it out there. Now let's take you into that prisoner squat jump. Hands to the back of your head, keeping your elbows back and high as well. What I want you to do is go from a deep squat position, push off the floor as you rotate over to the opposite side. Let's go. 45 seconds of work. From that deep squat position, that's when you jump and give me that 180-degree rotation. Keeping your elbows back. Good. See if you can keep your head up, so that way then your spine stays nice and straight. Good. Get the nice depth down from your hips all the way down towards your heels, and push yourself off. So as you're coming out of the steep squat position, that's when you put the rotation in. And last one. Good. Okay, shake the legs out. Next, we're going to go down to the floor. So what we're going to do on this one is place your hands underneath your shoulders. And we're going to hold you up into a press-up position. What's going to happen is you're going to lower your body down towards the floor by allowing your head to come down in between your arms as well. 45 seconds. Let's go for this. Letting the head lower towards the floor, and then push yourself out of that deep range of movement. Good. You're looking towards your toes, trying to keep your shoulders away from your ears. It's strong. Your back muscles are helping support you and work you as well. Good. Get 3 or 4 more in. And the last one. Okay, relax that. Right, let's take you through those exercises again. So, the jumping jacks, the 2 deep squats is our first exercise, and the prisoner squat rotations, and then back down to the floor for the shoulder presses as well. Shake your arms and legs out. Let's get you ready. 3, 2, let's go. Jumping your arms out towards the sides. Once you get your heart rate up a little bit, bring yourself down into 2 deep squats here. Good, let's go again. Nice big movements, getting that big range, getting the arms above the shoulders, and then down into those deep squats. Good. Let's go again. I'm more interested in the big range of movement here than how many you're doing. All I'm looking for you to do is to try to push yourself into the biggest range of movement that your legs can go into those jumping jacks. And then nice deep squats down towards the floor and back up again. Okay, last 5 seconds, let's get these jacks going. And relax there. 180 degree jump squat here. Hands to the back of the head, elbows back like you're a prisoner. And then from here, let's lower your hips down towards your heels and jump from that deep squat position. Down we go, push off the floor, let's get moving. 45 seconds of work. The deeper the range of movement, the better. We are wanting you to try and challenge yourself as much as possible. Keep those elbows back. Keep working strong. Good. Nice big deep movement. Push off the floor. Keep your eyes looking up. That'll help keep your spine in a good position. 15 seconds of work. These can get tiring on those quads. Keep going. It's a great exercise for toning. Get your heart rates up as well. Last 5 seconds. Push off the floor as you rotate. And come back to the center. Shake out. Great work. Shoulder presses. Let's take it down to the floor. Get you ready. So remember, do as many as you can with good quality. If at any time you start to struggle, have a breather. Reset and then go again. Up we go. Lower your head towards the floor, push yourself away from the floor. All about trying to maintain of your body transferred into your shoulders so you can push away really strong. If you want to make it slightly easier, take your feet a little bit further back. That puts less weight into your shoulders. That really strong position. Last couple here. Deep range. One more. Good work. Okay. Now the next exercise we're going to do is a lateral bear crawl. So we're going to travel a little bit of distance. But to begin with, why don't we give you an option? If you haven't got the space, you're just going to literally move from side to side. So you don't require a lot of room unless you really have got it. But if you do, make the most out of it as well. So the same side, hand and leg, move up. And you can see my shoulders are directly above my hands, and my hips are directly above where my knees are as well. If I change the angle for you, you can start to see that range of movement. Could be around about 6 inches of movement to begin with. But you can start to travel your hand and leg a little bit further, as long as you keep your back as straight as possible. So it's all about control. Last 10 seconds. Opposite arm, nice big step, move the leg at the same time, and relax there. Okay, lying down onto your backs. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a glute bridge here. So hands down flat onto the floor. You're going to press your hips up, lower your hips back down. So we'll do this in round 1, but round 2, when we do these exercises, I'll show you a little variation on this as well. Let's go. Press your glutes up, lower your hips back down. You've got your head and your spine pressed into the floor. Looking up towards the ceiling so you can help keep a nice steady spot to look at. Help keep your spine neutral as well. Think about pushing your hips. And at the very top, when your hips are extended, that's when you squeeze your butt cheeks as tight as possible. That gives you the best muscle work that you can. And it's a great exercise for working through your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings and your calves all at the same time. So if anybody's got any back problems, it's definitely a great exercise for people to do. It's a very safe exercise as well. And relax there. Okay, next we're going to roll over onto your front and we're going to do a shoulder tap. So what's going to happen is, in a press-up position, we're going to bring the hand up to tap the shoulder, place it back down onto the floor, and then over to the opposite side. Sideways a little bit. Let's go. 45 seconds of work. Now what you're looking to do is to have minimal shift from side to side. Place your hand directly underneath your shoulder and be strong through your core so that when you take it off, you're really unstable, but you're finding stability. Because you're probably going to push down further and a little bit harder into your hand and also into your opposite foot as well. Just notice how the weight changes into your big toe as you take the hand off. That way then you know that you're not shifting your weight from side to side and you're maintaining this really strong and almost still torso position as well. Okay, relax there. Let's take it into those bear crawls. So moving, or you're just moving a little bit side to side, take the range if you've got it available. Check the arms out, loosen that a little bit. So bear crawls, forwards and backwards, sideways if you want to as well. Okay, let's go for this. Starting to move the body with whatever range of movement you've got, whatever length of travel. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Keep your eyes looking down towards your hands. Try and keep the back as straight as possible. Last 10 seconds to go. Keep that work being done. Keep working. Keep tension. We want to keep the body under tension if we can. That's how we get the body to be stronger as well. Relax there. Let's get you onto your back, ready for the glute bridge. Now we talked about a different option on this one. So once you've got your glute bridge, you're going to walk your foot out, and then the opposite leg out, walk it back in, and then back in. And your goal is to try and keep your hips pressed up the whole time. So 45 seconds of work, walking your heels in and out, and keeping your hips up, or the option would be lowering your hips down and just extending up through the hip. So you've got the option. You could even do a little combination of the two, if you wanted to as well. But the goal here, as you've done this exercise already, just a little variation, walking the heels away, bring them back in. I like this a little bit more because you do get a little bit more work on the hamstrings, and also that variable foot positioning. You just start to stimulate some of the nerves in through the foot, and that can just start to engage the muscles a little bit in a different way. Good, okay, right, so let's get you onto your front. A plank shoulder tap here. So again, another great exercise to do. You're trying to challenge yourself by keeping yourself as still as possible. Bring yourself up, strong plank position, hand touches the shoulder, place it back down underneath, and then alternate through the opposite side. Try and keep your body as still as possible. Keep your shoulder blades back and down. Keep your eyes looking down. Think about an imaginary line between where your fingertips are. That always helps. Think about how much you're pushing into the floor with the opposite leg, just to help stabilize you. So as I take my left hand off, I feel like that left leg is being pushed into the floor because it has to transfer and hold on to that force that we're trying to work on as well. Last 10 seconds, pushing strong. And relax there. Good, okay. The next exercise we've got is a gorilla charge. So what we're going to do is on the floor, you're going to reach your arms forwards and you're going to jump your legs out the side of your hands and then reach forwards again. Okay, so a little bit of fun on this one. If you haven't got any room, then just keep moving on the spot. It could look like this. You're just doing a little bit of fluster. But if you've got the space, reach your arms forwards, turn, and then reach your hands and travel with this as well. So reach your arms out in front of you, jump your feet to the outside of your hands. Rotate yourself around and go in the opposite direction. Now staying deep into the squatted position is where the challenge really comes from. So keep yourself low. If you need to stand up and shake your legs, I understand it is tough. You try and keep yourself as low as possible. Last one, let's take you all the way back to the side. And relax there. Okay, next we're going to do a speed skater. So we're going to travel from side to side. Now we looked at these in the warm-up a little bit. So a nice dynamic movement, pushing from one side over to the other. Use the arms to generate a little bit of force transfer as well. Get you set, let's go for this. So drive over from one side over to the other. Now what you're looking to do is to balance on the foot if you've got the control. If not, bring your foot in and that's fine. You can take a little time to reset before you make that dynamic position. So you pick the intensity that feels right for your body, but if you can push from side to side, then go for it. Give yourself as much range as possible. Use the arms in a nice dynamic way. Think about trying to stay low when you do this as well. By staying down low, you start to work on the outside of the glutes a little bit more. So it can be a great way of trying to push you in a nice dynamic movement. Last 5 seconds, let's get up the speed a little bit more. Good, and relax there. Okay, now we're going to do an on-the-spot run with 2 burpees, okay? So drive your knees up nice and high, looking for around about 5 seconds of running, then down on the floor for 2 burpees. I'll give you easy options on burpees to begin with. Let's go. So running on the spot, then down, you can step out, step in, stand up, let's do it again, step out, and in, and up, then let's run on the spot. So that's our combination. About 5 seconds of running on the spot, then you've got the option of jumping out, jumping in, and jumping up as well. So you pick the intensity that's right for you, and then just keep your body moving as much as possible. Great way of challenging your heart rate, but also pushing your fitness and dynamic movement as well. And relax there. Okay, let's take those 3 exercises and finish this workout well. The gorilla charge to begin with. Down onto the floor, hands on the inside of your knees. You're going to reach your arms forwards, jump your feet either side of the hand, and we're going to travel with this if you've got the space. Let's go. 45 seconds of gorilla charges. Where the fitness gets challenged the most, at the end of the workout, keep your eyes looking straight ahead. That'll help keep your spine a little bit more neutral. It's in a very deep curved position, which is fine, but let's not try to collapse completely. Let's roll in this deep position. Last 15 seconds of work. Keep looking in the direction that you're traveling in, or even if it's just in front on the floor. 3, 2, and relax there. Oh, shake those legs out. Okay, speed skaters. Can't wait to stand up after those. Stretch out those legs a little bit. So dynamic movement from side to side, using your arms to drive that athletic work. Let's go. Drive, push to the side, and then back again. Make it dynamic. See how much distance you can travel from one foot to the other. See if you can really push off the feet. Maybe you can bring a foot inside if you need to do. But if you can hold that balance position, that will give you a little bit more stability work. And that instability makes your muscles contract really tight, really quickly. And that means that they have to work. They can't just turn on when they feel like it's safe to. They've got to react to how the body's being stimulated. And like this, nice dynamic movement with a little bit of instability. So it has to work well. Keep driving those arms. Big movement. Last 4, 3, 2. Shake those legs out. Okay. High knees to burpees to finish, team. Then we'll take you through some stretches. Whew, let's get you ready. Run on the spot and 2 burpees. You pick the variation of the burpee. Let's go. Around about 5 seconds of running on the spot, and then we transition. Let's go. Okay, 2 burpees. Push off the floor if you've got it. Good, let's go again. Drive those knees up high. Think about moving your arms from where your pocket is to where your chin is. It's that pocket to chin action. So think about that hand coming into your vision, even though you're looking forwards. Good, drive those hands again. Keep pushing hard. Let's go for the burpees. Last 5 seconds of work. Run on the spot. Let's go. Quick, 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 quick. And relax there. Well done. We'll let your heart rates come back down as we take through some stretches now. Take you down towards the floor. We're going to go into some up dogs and down dogs. So placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Just slowly drop your hips forwards. You can rest your knees onto the floor. You can see I've got my toes tucked under. That means now I'm in the transition between pushing through my hands and lifting my hips up high into a down facing dog position. Now if you've got the flexibility, you can put your heels onto the floor, great. If not, you can slightly bend the knees. Try and shift your weight. You get a nice stretch at the back of the legs. Bring yourself forwards again. Move that up dog. So tuck my toes away this time. Good. Tuck the toes back under. Push up to down facing dog again. And what we're going to do is swing one foot up to the palm of your hand. We're going to open up the arm, reaching up as high as possible. Look up towards the lifted hand. Think about pushing the back heel away so you lengthen through that stretch. Good. Now bring the hand on the inside of the foot. Step back to down facing dog. And then over to the opposite side. So again, if you need to, you can always feel free to move that foot physically with your hand. Reach the hand up, push the back knee away, and extend. So in the hip gets a really nice long stretch as well. Good. And your hand on the inside of the foot. Step back, and down to a kneeling position. Just draw your hips towards your heels. Walk your fingertips forward just slightly. So you can start to feel a stretch down to the sides of the back. And if you walk your hands over to one side, you just feel a little bit more of a stretch with the outside of the back. Go back to the centre, you walk the hands over, and again, this is where we're starting to feel that stretch down the outsides of where the back and shoulder is. Come back to the centre, taking yourself into a seated position. What we're going to do is a couple of stretches onto the floor as well. We're going to cross one foot over the top of your thigh, and I'm going to bend the knee, and I'm just going to turn my fingers facing away from my body. As I start to push my chest closer towards my shin, I start to feel a bigger stretch to the outside of my thigh. So some people do this as a standing figure four stretch, but once we've worked our legs hard, quite nice to do it in a sat down position. I extend my leg, and then swap it over to the opposite side. And again, push through my hands and try and get my chest to be closer towards my shin, so I feel the stretch to the outside of my thigh and glutes a little bit more. Good. Slowly release that. Just coming up into a standing position. Just carefully rolling up to your spine. Just loosen your body out. Let's just do a standing quadricep stretch here. So find something to look at straight ahead of you. Take one foot, hold it into the palm of your hand. See if you can bring your knees together. Have a slight bend in the standing foot. Now, to enhance this stretch a little bit more, push your foot into the palm of your hand and think about extending your hip forward slightly. Really nice. Good. Shake that over, swap it over to the opposite side. So find a position where you can balance. Hold yourself up nice and tall. Slight bend in the standing foot. Knees next to each other. Push your foot into the palm of your hand and extend through the hip. Just hold that nice long stretch. Yourself up. My name's Matt. Thank you very much for joining us for this Matrix Fitness workout. We'll hopefully see you soon. Take care.